Good day, everyone. My name is Abigail Longakit, and I'll be discussing about Introduction of Algebraic Word Problems. But before that, let's recall the basic methods in solving systems of linear equations.
Let's have a plus b equals 6, a minus b equals 2. There are two basic methods in solving systems of linear equation. These are substitution and elimination. Let a plus b equals 6 be equation number 1, and a minus b equals 2 be equation number 2. We will use substitution. Now, express the value of a from equation number 1. A plus b equals 6. Subtract both sides by b so you can have the expression of a. The next thing to do is to substitute the expression of a in equation number 2. A minus b equals 2. Then 6 minus b equals 2. Minus b and minus b is negative 2b. So we have 6 minus 2b equals 2. Subtract both sides by 6 to get negative 2b equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 2 to get the value of b. So, b equals 2. Substitute the value of b in equation number 1. A plus b equals 6. Then, a plus 2 equals 6. Subtract both sides by 2 to get the value of a. A is 4. Thus, a equals 4 and b equals 2.
And now, let's tackle deeper on the introduction of algebraic word problems.
Let's have illustrations. A 180-meter cable must be cut into 3 pieces. The second piece must be 3 times as long as the first. The third piece must be 40 meters longer than the first. Find the length of each.
In order to solve algebraic word problems, you must know what is the problem asking for, and on how many unknowns are there in the problem.
From illustration number 1, what is the problem asking for? It is asking for the length of each pieces. How many unknowns are there in the problem? There are 3 unknowns.
After knowing on how many unknowns are there in the problem, let's have representations.
We need to find the length of each piece. First, we'll select a variable to represent the length of one of those pieces. Since the length of the second term is described in terms of the length of the first piece, we'll have x represent the length of the first piece. The length of the second piece must be 3 times x. We can now write an expression for the length of the third piece, which is 40 meters longer than the length of the first piece. So we have x be the first piece, 3x be the second piece, and x plus 40 be the third piece.
Since we already had our representations, let's write the equation. Make sure when you write the equation must symbolize to the problem.
First piece plus second piece plus third piece equals 180 meters. So we can have x plus 3x plus x plus 40 equals 180. Thus, the equation is x plus 3x plus x plus 40 equals 180.
Now, let's solve the problem. Remember to use the basic methods in solving systems of linear equation. The equation is, we have x plus 3x plus x plus 40 equals 180. So you need to add x plus 3x, which is equals to 5x. Copy 40 equals 180. Then the next thing to do is to subtract both sides by 40 in order to get 5x equals 140. Divide both sides by 5 to get the value of x. So we could have 5 divided by 5 is 1 times x is x equals 140 divided by 5 is 28. So this is the value of the first piece. Next, let's solve for the second and third piece. You must substitute the value of x to the second and third piece in order to get the values of them. So we have Since the second piece is 3x, it is 3 times 28. 3 times 28 is 84. So 84 is the second piece. Next is to find the third piece. The third piece equation is x plus 40. Thus, substituting 28 in x, we will have 28 plus 40. And thus, 28 plus 40 is 68. Therefore, this is the value of the third piece. Thus, the length of each pieces is 28 meters. Next is 84 meters and 68 meters.
And now, let's check the answers. Add the three pieces. 28 meters plus 84 meters plus 68 meters equals 180 meters. And now it is equivalent to 180 meters.
Let's try another problem. A current of 160 amps is branched off into three circuits. The second branch carries 30 amps more current than the first, and the third branch carries 2 times as much current as the first. Find the amount of current in each branch.
From illustration number 2, what is the problem asking for? It is asking for the amount of each current. How many unknowns are there in the problem?
There are 3 unknowns.
Now let's have representations. Let I as a standard variable current. I sub t as a total current of the three. And I sub 1 for the first branch, I sub 2 for the second branch, and I sub 3 as the third branch.
Try to select the expression that represents I sub 2. Remember that the second branch carries 30 amps more current than the first. Thus, I sub 2 expression is I sub 2 equals I sub 1 plus 30. Select the expression that represents I sub 3. Remember that the third branch carries 2 times as current as the first. Thus, I sub 3 expression is I sub 3 equals twice the I sub 1. Take I sub t represents the total current of 3 branches. Therefore, I sub t equals 160.
Now let's write the equation. Since we have I sub t equals 160, I sub 1 as the first branch, I sub 2 equals I sub 1 plus 30, and I sub 3 equals twice the I sub 1. Thus, we can have I sub 1 plus I sub 2 plus I sub 3, which is equals to I sub t. Substitute the representations of I sub 2 and I sub 3, and thus we will have I sub 1 plus I sub 2, which is I sub 1 plus 30, and plus I sub 3, which is twice the I sub 1, and equals to 160. So this is the final equation.
After having the equation, let's solve it. I sub 1 plus I sub 1 plus 30 plus twice the I sub 1 equals 160. I sub 1 plus I sub 1 plus 2 I sub 1 equals 4 I sub 1, then copy 30 and equals 160. Subtract both sides by 30 to get 4 I sub 1 equals 130. Then divide both sides by 4 to get I sub 1. Thus, we will have I sub 1 equals 32.5. The next thing to do is to substitute the value of I sub 1 to get the values of I sub 2 and I sub 3. Then, I sub 2 equals I sub 1 plus 30, which is 32.5 plus 30. So, I sub 2 is equals 62.5. I sub 3 is equals twice the I sub 1, which is 2 times 32.5. So, I sub 3 is 65. Thus, I sub 1 equals 32.5 amps, I sub 2 equals 62.5 amps, and I sub 3 is 65 amps. Check the answers.
Let's have another problem. Two numbers when added, the total is 210. The second number is 4 times plus 10 greater than the first number. Determine each number.
In illustration number 3, what is the problem asking for? The problem is asking to determine each number. And how many unknowns are there in the problem? There are 2 unknowns.
Let's have representations. Since the problem is having two numbers, let x be the first number and y be the second number. Since the second number is 4 times plus 10 greater than the first number, thus, the expression for y is y equals 4x plus 10. This time, let's write the equation. The problem stated that when two numbers are added, it is equals to 210. Therefore, the equation is x plus y equals 210.
To solve the problem, first substitute the value of y in the equation. X plus y equals 210. X plus 4x plus 10 equals 210. X plus 4x is 5x. Then copy plus 10 equals 210. Subtract both sides by 10 to get 5x equals 200. Then divide both sides by 5 in order to get the value of x. So x is 40. Substitute the value of x to find y. X plus y equals 210. 40 plus y equals 210. Subtract both sides by 40 to get the value of y. Y is equals 170. Thus, the two numbers are 40 and 170.
To summarize the processes in solving algebraic word problems, let's have flashback. The very first thing we do is to
Read the problem carefully and draw a picture for yourself if possible. Second, represent the unknown or unknowns with a variable or an algebraic expression. Third, write an equation that models the word problem. Fourth, solve the equation. And fifth, check your answers to see if they make sense in the original wording of the problem.
Thus, there are 5 steps in solving algebraic word problems. Don't forget it! Before this video ends, check the description below. There are sites that you can open for you to practice solving algebraic word problems. So that's it. Thank you and again, good day.